Hitman boxing. So Keith Thurman is going to be calling the action for the Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter fight tonight. And it got me thinking. I've been hearing a lot from Keith Thurman the last couple of days. He's been very vocal. You know, I just saw this interview he did on Showtime. And I'm starting to think that Keith Thurman is probably going to come back and challenge the winner of this fight, especially if it's Danny Garcia. Keith Thurman has mentioned in the past that of the two fighters, Danny Garcia was the easier fighter to beat. Now, whether he actually wants to go through with a rematch with either of these guys, I mean, it's really, I couldn't tell you what's going through Keith's head. He was stripped of the WBC championship. He still got the WBA belt, but was he stripped or did he vacate it? What's really going on with this elbow injury? Hopefully we get some more information about that tonight during the telecast, because I really want to know, like, what's going on, Keith? You've been out the ring for a minute, and I've been watching the fights with Keith and Porter, and then Keith and Danny. Like, Keith Thurman is an exciting fighter, but the biggest issue that we all have with him is the fact that he's super inactive. You know, if he fought more, I'm sure he would have a much bigger fan base, and that's the problem. He doesn't fight enough. So I'm hoping that we get some answers tonight. And we call it what it is, man. He's looking to block Errol Spence from facing the winner of Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter, because we all know that Errol Spence has been dying to get the winner of that fight. And of course, Shawn Porter, you know, he's been ducking. He's been making up excuses. I'm really not too sure what Danny Garcia's story is, but if I could, you know, pinpoint what Danny Garcia wants to fight Spence, is probably an exorbitant amount of money. So really, Spence versus the winner of Porter and Garcia is not set in stone. That's going to happen. It'd be great if it did, but who knows? Now, Kenny Porter's been saying some cryptic stuff all throughout the news, and, you know, depending upon who wins this fight, if Shawn Porter wins this fight, they just might be announcing the fight between Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter next. I remember all that Keith Thurman put us through in terms of right before he was supposed to fight Shawn Porter, he got into this fake car accident and just lied about so many things, man. I really don't want to have to go through that again with him and Shawn Porter. You know, in terms of Danny Garcia, again, I think he'd be willing to fight Danny over Porter. But again, Errol Spence is the wild card here, man. Spence won't be able to fight either of these guys if Keith Thurman exercises his right to a rematch, because the WBC will allow him to fight the winner of this fight, which is ridiculous. But that's boxing for you. I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens tonight. We'll revisit this after the Porter-Garcia fight. Again, I'm picking Danny Garcia to win this fight. I think that Shawn Porter might get stopped on cuts. You know, if Shawn Porter is able to effectively bully Danny Garcia tonight, then Danny Garcia stands no chance. I just don't think that that's going to happen. I think Danny will be able to pull off this win. It'll be a close fight, but I'm thinking he's going to pull it off. We'll see how he deals with that rugged style of Porter. But again, I'm going to stick with my pick, Danny Garcia, either by unanimous decision or stoppage via cuts, because Shawn's got a lot of scar tissue on his protruding forehead, so it's fair game. Drop your predictions below. Let me know what you think about this Keith Thurman resurfacing as if he's been, I don't know. I don't even have anything else clever to say about Keith Thurman. He's a lame, but y'all love him. So, and you know what? Funny thing is, all these Keith Thurman fans just became Terrence Crawford fans overnight. That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. But we'll see if they come back after Thurman comes out of his cave and gives us some information about what he's been doing with his career the last 2 years. Hitman Boxing, #ASBC. We are the A-Side Boxing community. I'm out.